So, hello friends, and welcome to PrepIS. My name is Kunal Srivastav. I have been asked by the PrepIS to prepare a short video for you people, aspirants, in which I would share my introduction. I will share my life experiences, and I will share my examination strategies for you. My own experiences plus my strategy for you. That what kind of strategy I adopted for different examinations. Okay. We'll get into that. Let me first tell you about my career. These are my career details. I graduated from Triple IT Allahabad in the year 2011. Triple IT Allahabad in the year 2011. Thereafter, friends, I prepared for Engineering Services Examination of UPSC. It is for Group A posts. Just like Civil Services is for civil servants, Engineering Services is for those government engineers who work at mid-level management or who work at Group A level posts. I secured All India Rank 1 there in 2012 by Electronics branch. Thereafter, friends, I appeared in GATE 2013. GATE, as you know, is being conducted by IITs and IISc. It is considered a very, very tough examination, and it is mostly meant for entrance into MTech programs of IITs and IISc Bangalore. I secured rank 44 there, again through Electronics branch. In the meanwhile, I was appearing in different PSU examinations as well. There are various public sector undertakings which conduct examinations for recruitment for job purposes, right? For example, NTPC, BHEL, BARC, ISRO, etc. I was lucky that I got selected in about 8 PSUs, but ultimately I decided to join Indian Engineering Services. So these three are my achievements regarding my engineering education. However, after that, I decided that I should go for civil services. So I started preparing for civil services. I was able to secure rank 530 in 2015 examination, through which I am currently working. However, I continued my preparation because I wanted to become an IS officer, as all of you also want to do. So I was continuing in my preparation, and luckily I cleared main examination 4 times. So I had the opportunity to appear before interview panel of UPSC for civil service examinations 4 times. Okay. As of now, today I am working at Delhi as a civil servant. So my combined experience is about of 7 years working as a Group A officer in Government of India. This includes my engineering services as well as civil services career. Right? However, during this whole time, I absolutely love to talk to aspirants, listen to their problems. I had created Telegram groups for counseling, for guiding them. I love to listen to people who are preparing for examinations, what are their issues, which books to follow, how to strategize, how to make time management better. This is one of my hobbies, right? That is why I've been asked by PrepIS to share these things with you. Now, what have been my key learnings so far? You see, from all these examinations that I appeared and I successfully competed in, what have been my key learnings? The most important key learning, my friends, is that hard work will always pay. You never should ever look for shortcuts. Okay? There are no shortcuts. You have to prepare for examination, then you have to prepare in the best way possible. So if you have set your aim as preparing for IS examination, then you have to prepare in the best way possible, at least to the satisfaction of your inner self. Every one of us has got a conscience inside, right? You must have heard about this term in ethics paper. When you are preparing for examination, you will be constantly introspecting yourself. You will be asking questions from yourself that am I doing good? Am I doing the best that I can? You need to ask this question almost on a daily basis from yourself. Every day you should ask this question, right? You should not waste time on this, but you should simply ask yourself that am I doing my best or not? Is there any other scope of improvement in my preparation? See, if you ask this kind of question to yourself, what happens is that your subconscious mind will get trained towards accepting those areas of improvement which otherwise you wouldn't have. For example, let us say you appeared in one of the main examination, right? In your scorecard, it shows that you have scored very less marks in essay, but you have scored good marks in GS paper 1, 2, 3 for an optional paper. So where is the scope of improvement for you? It is in the essay paper. Now your strategy should change. You should start focusing more on essay rather than focusing more on GS papers and optional papers. Similarly, if you are receiving less marks in optional and ethics paper, then you should strategize in such a way that you are able to devote a lot of time on the areas where you are weak. Okay. See, in civil service examination, I'll tell you one key formula. It has got one essay paper, four GS paper, two optional papers, and then one interview. This makes what? 1 plus 4, 5 plus 2, 7 plus 8 examinations, right? Excluding the language papers, which are only compulsory, you just have to pass them. These 8, in all these 8 papers, you have to be extremely highly scoring if you want to become IS officer. Even if you score very high in 7 papers and you miss out on one paper badly, you will not become IS. It is very sure. Because those people who qualify this examination are in the top ranks, they have got very less difference in the marks amongst themselves. Okay, so each and every marks counts. So that is why I'm saying that hard work always pays, and there should be no shortcuts. You should be ready to do all the hard work that is required. You should be able to focus upon all the areas where you are not scoring well. You should be constantly introspecting yourself. Now, when I say introspect yourself, there are two ways of doing that. The first way is that you can ask questions to yourself, and the second way is that you can appear in tests, you can appear in mock examinations, and you can compare yourself with those who are performing good in these examinations. That way only you will be able to understand where you are lacking, right? So this brings me to my second point. Try doing smart work. Now you will say, sir, in the first point you are saying that do hard work. In the second point you are saying do smart work. What is the difference? There is a big difference. See, in UPSC examination, whether it is engineering services or it is civil services, there are so much material available in the market that if you go out once and if you start picking material even by the sense of anything which is at least very important, you will end up having a lot of materials. Okay. Now, what I mean by saying that you need to do smart work is that your hard work should be directed. Your hard work should be directed. It should be purposive. It should be exam oriented. For example, let us say that you are preparing for UPSC examination, your optional, let us say, sociology. Let us say. Now, in GS paper 1, we have got a history component as well, right? Let us say your optional is different from history. Let us say it is sociology or PSI or anything. But in history, you have got such an interest that you start reading books in very depth. You are not reading what is only required for examination, rather, you are exploring it as a hobby. Now, you are doing hard work here, no doubt about it. You are doing extremely good amount of hard work here. It will pay you at some other point of time in life, but it will not pay you in this examination. So you should be having a very clear idea that you are appearing for examination. Hence, your hard work should be directed as well as purposive. So you should be doing only smart work. What do you mean by smart work? Smart work is the hard work which is directed, which is purposive, and which is only adequate in amount for a given purpose. Right? You should not go exploring all the books in the market on history just because you have interest in history. Similarly, many people have got a lot of interest in philosophy and essay and ethics. But ethics paper is hardly of 250 marks. Your essay topic, even if it comes, it will be of one topic will be of 125 marks of philosophical essay. Now, what is the point in reading all the philosophical books? What is the point in going deep into psychology only for scoring high in ethics paper? Many people have done that. They will use very big phrases, very big terms in their answer papers and expect that they will get very good marks. See, even if you use very large terms, very sophisticated terms in an answer paper, it should be very clearly explained. That we are not able to do. Okay. So our hard work goes in vain. That is why whatever labor you do for this examination, it should be very, very much exam oriented. It should be very, very much directed towards your UPSC preparation, not towards exploring knowledge as a hobby. You are not here to gain knowledge as a hobby. You are here to gain only that much of adequate knowledge which will help you in cracking this examination. Okay. It is not your duty to read each and every book in the market. It is only your duty to read only that much, to study only that much, which will help you in cracking this examination. And this is where the role of guidance becomes very, very important. Okay. In fact, I will go to the extent and say that hard work which is not directed is no hard work at all. It will not pay you in this examination. Okay, it may pay you at some point later in your life, but not in this examination. Okay. Next important learning from my experience is that number of hours to study. Many people ask me when I secured rank 1 engineering services, when I cracked civil services, many people ask me that, sir, what is the number of hours that you put into study each and every day? Now, this is a very pet question of everyone. Now, here I would like to tell you one thing. See, the idea is that you should be studying at least 6 to 8 hours per day. That is the answer of this question. How many number of hours you should be putting each and every day? Okay, 6 to 8 hours is good enough. But here is an important point that I want to make clear to all of you. The point is that 6 to 8 hours, what I am talking about, is only your physical study. It is only your physical study. Now, what do you mean by physical study, and what is the other type of study? Physical study means the time that you are spending on studying by books, from books, sitting down to make notes, etc. That is your physical study. So 6 to 8 hours is good enough for it. I do not expect you to read or study 10 hours, 12 hours, no. But apart from this 6 to 8 hours, whatever number of hours you are having left in a day, let us say 24 minus 6 or 8, what will it give you? It will give you 18 or 16 hours a day. Okay. These 18 or 16 hours you should be able to utilize in a different way. What different way? You should be able to do a mental study. Now, what is mental study? See, whatever you study in your physical study, whatever notes you have made, a very common mistake that all of we do is that we will simply make notes, keep it aside only for revising just before the examination. No, that is a very bad thing to do. What I want to tell you is that you study physically only for 6 to 8 hours, but after you have done your physical study, when you get up from your table, when you get up from your chair, when you leave your book aside, try to recall all that you have studied. That is called as your mental study. For example, let us say you wake up in the morning at 6 o'clock, although no one does. I also know. I also don't wake up at 6 o'clock, but then it's a very good thing to wake up early in the morning. That period is the best for study. I used to study in that period only. But since my student life is now gone, so I've also relaxed now. Okay. So if you wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning, let us say you have woken up at 6 a.m. in the morning, and by 7 a.m. you are ready to study. So you have sat down and started making notes. Let us say that by 9 a.m. you decide to take a break. So you have studied for 2 hours, and from 9 to 10 you go for some morning breakfast or something. You want to make tea, you want to have some breakfast, you want something to eat. Now, in this 9 to 10 slot, your mind should not be focused away from what you have studied in these 2 hours. Let us say you study Lakshmikant book. Let us say you have studied Fundamental Rights chapter. Okay. So in these 2 hour slots, in this 2 hour slot, you should be able to recall it all that you have studied. This is a very effective technique for memorizing all that you have studied. See, memory will always play a very important role when it comes to UPSC IS examination. Okay, you need to recollect, you need to regather, you need to recall many things that you have studied. Maybe some things which you have studied only once, but that may come as a help in the actual examination. So your memory should always be very sharp. That is an important requirement for this examination. Now, if you are able to recall all that you have studied every time after you have studied, then your memory will improve its performance. You will be able to recollect things, you will be able to recall things, and you will be able to understand them better. You will be able to memorize them better. If you are not able to do this thing, I'll let you know another technique. Let us say you have joined some coaching classes, right? Although they are not very much required for this examination, but still many people do, and coaching classes do give you some guidance. Okay. Let us say you have joined some coaching classes. You go to class in the morning, let us say 7 to 9, and then you come back by 10 o'clock. Okay. On the way going to the class, that is from 6 to 7, you should be able to recall all that the class has taught you in the previous session. And on the way returning from the class to your home, that is after 9 o'clock, you should be able to recall all that has been taught to you today itself. If you are not able to recall, kindly sit in isolation, kindly sit in your room, close your door, close your eyes, and try to think all that you have been taught today. If you are not able to recall, try doing this for 10 days, 15 days, or at least for 21 days. There's a popular saying that if you do something for 21 days repeatedly, it becomes your habit. So at least try it for 21 days. I am sure you will be able to recollect. Now, while you are recollecting, pay attention to details that you are able to recollect. That is most important. If you are able to recollect only superficially, then it is of no help. Then it is better not to do this exercise. But you should be able to recollect the details that you have been taught. You should be able to think when you close your eyes. You should be able to think all the questions that can be asked. Okay. So please try doing this. This is going to be more helpful for you as compared to physical study. Physical study will only introduce you to the concepts, but the real ingraining of concepts, the real understanding of concepts will come only through mental study, only when you have channelized your thoughts in that direction, only when you have understood it in your subconscious mind, right? And this will certainly help you in improving your memory, and this will also help you in scoring better marks in prelims examination especially. Why? Because prelims examination is more about memory than anything else, at least these days. Okay. Next is regarding your group study. See, group study is always good. You should try to focus on group study. It is always good to have a good group to study with. But the important thing is that the people in the group should be sincere. See, everyone who comes here for preparation for civil services is not that much sincere regarding preparation. Okay, many people just do it for the sake of you know any reason. I won't name any reasons here, but many people are not that much serious about the preparation. Now, if you make friends with these people and if you try studying with them, then you are wasting your time. You should be having sincere friends to study with, not just superficial friends. And while you are studying, you should be having a very purposive and directed study. You should not be wasting your time. For example, let us say you are in a group of four people, okay? Now, how will you study here? What you can do is that you can pick any topic. For example, let us say you choose topic of society, okay? You name four subtopics here: women, let us say transgenders, let us say children, and then let us say you have got another topic of, let us say, LGBT community. Okay, I took transgenders. Let us say you choose another topic of beggary. Okay. Now what you do is that you allocate one topic to each member and ask them to come up with some sort of PPT or some sort of presentation or some sort of teaching material when you will meet the next time. What will happen here is that each one of them will be having a focused attention on only one topic. So their output will be very good. It is always good to divide the work. It is always good to allocate the work amongst people and then ask them to focus only on that much and then come up with their best possible explanation on the topics. Now here you will be having a concerted effort of four people who are working together on four different topics. This will always give you much better results than you working as a alone person on all these four topics. Okay. Now while you people share your notes, your material, your explanations, all of you will benefit immensely from this practice. But the only condition is that people should be sincere here. They should not be missing deadlines. They should be equally motivated for this examination as you yourself are. Okay. Please mind this thing. You see, people who are preparing for the examination, they may not be very sharp in their mind, but they may be highly motivated. Right? There may be people who are preparing for the examination, they are very sharp in their mind, but they are not at all motivated. You need those people who are motivated, even if they are not sharp, because motivated people will ultimately bring you the best content. Okay, so always try to make friends with these people, but not too many friends. 3 4 friends is good enough. If the group gets bigger, it becomes very difficult to manage that group also. Okay, so my advice to you is that please keep 3 to 4 friends close to you who are motivated, who are sincere for the preparation of examination. Try allocating topics. Try coming up with the best explanations possible for each other. This will help you in a very, very big way. This is my own personal experience as well. Next, we go to the materials for study. Now, as I already told you, that there is so much of material available in the market that which one to choose, which one not to choose. That becomes the big question. If you go by the word of other people, you will end up putting so many books in your room that you won't have a place to sleep also, right? So what you should do? See, one of the most common fallacy for the preparation of this examination is that people think the more material they read, the better they will get at writing answers. This is absolutely wrong. The number of materials that you read, whether it is of any coaching institute, any online material, anything, it has got nothing to do with your performance in the examination. Rather, you should be able to identify only 2 3 good material for each topic. 2 3 good materials on each topic. Even 3 is a large number, 2 is good enough. And you should repeatedly read this thing only. Repeatedly, it means not just once, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Read it 10 times. Read it 20 times. Repeatedly read this thing only. Do not go for any other material. It will only confuse you. For example, if you go to any topper's blog or if you go to any website, you will always find a list of standard books for every topic of UPSC IS examination. You pick up those standard books and you reread them. You keep reading them. You read them once, then you make your notes. After some time, you read them twice. That is second time. You again add something to your notes. What happens is that by reading it time and again, you will be able to develop such insights which cannot be gained by reading it only once or which cannot be gained by reading any other material only once. There is an old saying that there is an old saying that if you are a martial artist, if you are having expertise in karate, let us say you have got a move which you have practiced 10,000 times. Okay. Let us say you have got other 10,000 moves which you have practiced only one time. So when you actually go to fight, when you actually engage yourself in a duel, which one of these will help you more in defeating your enemy? Certainly that move which you have practiced 10,000 times, this will help you better in defeating your enemy rather than those 10,000 moves which you have practiced only once. Okay. So repetition will make you perfect. कहते हैं ना, repetition makes a man perfect. Repeat it. Keep repeating it. Do not go for any other material. Okay. Just focus yourself on only 2 3 materials on each topic and try to read it again and again and again. By reading it time and again, you will be able to gain such insights in that material which you will not be having even if you read 10,000 books on that subject. So do not prepare superficially. Always try to prepare by going in depth and by going over the same material time and again. You will find a list of the concerned study materials. You will find a list of the standard books or notes which are prevalent in the market on any website or on any blog of any topic. Okay. Last point is always have a backup plan. You see, this is one point which many people don't accept. But now, what do you mean by backup plan? See, you have graduated. Okay. Now you're looking for a job. Your first priority is to get a job. Okay. You decide to aim for civil services examination, in which 10 to 12 lakh applications come each and every year. Half of them will appear for prelims, half will just drop away. Ultimately, only 1,000 people get selected. 1,000 is also a big number. Maybe only 700 to 800 will get selected. This is the total number of selections. You can break it up across different categories also. Now you see the acceptance ratio, how small it is. No wonder you may have been a very, very bright student in your academic careers. No wonder you may have been a very sharp student. No wonder you are highly motivated. Still, there have been many stories in this journey of CSE preparation where highly motivated, highly trained, highly educated people have also failed. and many people from very humble background, very poor academic records have excelled as well. So there is no surety that you will qualify in this examination despite being the most outstanding student across your career. Now, would you want to spend your 4 5 years, now since there are now 6 attempts, maybe even up to 7 years of your prime youth, engaged in preparation of an examination in which you have got no surety of cracking? You have got no surety of getting through. What this will do to you? First, you will have wasted away your youth if you keep stuck yourself to only one plan, that is qualifying CAC. Second, it will also have a bearing on India. India's demographic dividend gets lost. You are, in your youth, you are representing India's demographic dividend. If you have spent 6 7 years of your prime youth without doing any productive activity for the economy, then you are kind of wasting away India's demographic dividend. I am not saying that you should not prepare for this examination. No, you must prepare. If you are motivated, then you must prepare. But you should also be having a backup plan in case you don't succeed. What do you mean by backup plan? You can go for state PCS also. You can go for RBI Grade B examinations. You can go for various other government examinations as well. Or at the same time, you can also look for opportunities in the private sector. There is no harm. People working in private sector have also cleared UPSCIS examination without resigning from their job. All it takes is willpower and focus study. Okay. Please have a backup plan ready in your mind. Do not take it as a weakness. Many people think that if I'm having a backup plan, then maybe I will become weak in my preparation. No, you will actually become stronger in your preparation. I always had a backup plan. I never felt it as a weakness. Rather, it only motivated me that yes, I'm ready to face anything. I should go forward with my preparation. I should prepare to the best extent possible. So always have a backup plan in place ready for you. If you don't have it right now, take some time. Try taking out some time. Talk to your parents, talk to your friends, see what they are doing, and try to make up a backup plan for yourself. Okay, this will only help you. Do not look at it as a sign of weakness. It is only for helping you out. It is only as a security for your future. For example, we all people do health insurance. Does it mean that we go on doing bad habits in our life just because we have got health insurance? No. It only gives us an assurance that yes, there is health insurance which will take care of us during our worst days. Okay. So always have a backup plan ready with you. So friends, this was regarding my strategy. This was regarding my key learnings. Now you can always connect with me if you have got any doubts regarding preparation of engineering services, civil services, GATE, PSU, etc. I have given you the links. This is my Telegram channel for civil services examination aspirants. This is my email ID. You can mail me also. This is my Telegram channel for engineering services and GATE aspirants. You can message me regarding electronics as well as electrical engineering subject. Electronics engineering, I graduated in electronics. However, I took electrical engineering as my optional for civil services as electronics was not available. These are my Facebook and Instagram links. So with this, I thank you all for having listened to me and I wish you all the best. You can always get in touch with me if you are having any doubts regarding any examination and its preparation. I would love to share my examination strategy in more detail with you on this platform itself. I would also love to make some short videos for you which will only enlighten you regarding how to prepare any particular topic. Okay, so we will keep touch in future. Thank you very much.